Hi, my name is Aaliyah Vina, and I'll be discussing the incarceration issues regarding the deaf, hard of hearing, deaf blind, and deaf disabled community. Identifying the problems. A major issue for deaf individuals is the lack of accessible communication during arrest, interrogation, and court proceedings. This can lead to wrongful convictions or longer sentences. Many correctional facilities don't provide qualified interpreters, teletypewriter devices, or visual alerting systems, heightening the risk of abuse or neglect. Autism is the belief that hearing people are superior and shows in prison through the lack of accommodations, assuming everyone can hear. For instance, hearing individuals, prison inmates, are easily alerted when specific programs are being happened or easily their food being ready, while deaf inmates need specific accommodations to go throughout living through the prison. Vulnerability. Incarcerated deaf individuals often face communication barriers due to the lack of qualified interpreters and accessible materials, making them extremely vulnerable as they may not understand the charges being held against them. Being unable to report incidents and advocate for their own safety, making them particularly vulnerable to exploitation. Communication barriers result to isolation and can lead to severe mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. No access to mental health services in their native language, sign language, deaf inmates are higher risk of self-harm and suicide. Hearing allies, interpreters, and disability rights organizations play a crucial role in mitigating these vulnerabilities. Role analysis. Allyship. Allyship involves hearing individuals, legal professionals, or correctional staff using their position to support the deaf inmates. Understanding deaf culture, advocating for accessible communication, and challenging the discriminatory policies. Accomplice. Being an accomplice goes above allyship, working to dismantle the structures that oppress the deaf community regarding the criminal justice system. These people may include hearing individuals willing to take risks and challenge the status quo, even if it means facing resistance from the system. Co-conspirator. Through co-conspirators, they understand that true changes requires collective action and willingness to challenge power structure directly. This may involve organizing protests, filing lawsuits, and advocating for system reforms that prioritize the rights and needs for the deaf community. There's a lot of action that must be taken for these deaf individuals who are being obtained or through prison. For instance, provided ensuring qualified interpreters are available at all interactions, arrests, interrogations, and court proceedings, providing access to the teletypewriter devices, video relay services, and other devices, train correctional staff on deaf culture and communication strategies. They should have a program within the criminal justice system regarding other needs that need to be taken care of. Educating others about challenges faced by deaf inmates, sharing the stories of deaf experiences who have been incarcerated, speaking out against discrimination and bias against deaf individuals in criminal justice system, advocating for inclusive practices for correctional facilities and the community. This information HEARD is a leadership organization that offers support and advocacy for individuals who are being incarcerated, facing criminal charges, or who have been impacted by the criminal justice system. As I come to the conclusion of my presentation, I do like to take this time to pledge myself, and this is my pledge. As an individual committed to justice and equity, I pledge to actively listen to and amplify the voices of the deaf, hard of hearing, deaf blind, deaf disabled, and other marginalized communities, ensuring all voices are heard, valued. I shall educate myself and others of the challenges and systematic barriers these communities face, working to dismantle ableism, autism, and other forms of discrimination. I stand with solidarity with these communities, using my privilege and resources to support their self-determination and fight for a space where we are all treated with respect and dignity. Thank you. Sincerely, Aaliyah Vina.